Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Awesome Nobody, and I'm here with my fabulous fiance, Little Miss Entertainment.
What's up,
How you
guys?
doing, sweetheart?
I'm hanging in there.
Well, you're looking fabulous.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate
like the
that.
shirt you got on. What does that say?
It says we buy black.
That's right. We
We buy
both we
black.
both are buying black today, and we're starting things off a
Yes.
little bit different because we have supported. We done did what everybody says they do, but we actually did it.
We actually did
We
it.
supported. So there's a website
Yes, we
called
buy
We
black.
Buy Black, and so we actually purchased some products here that we're going to do a quick review on.
It's funny because this was supposed to be your Father's Day present.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So start with
Yes.
the card. What was that card?
Okay, yeah, they just put a nice little card in here. It says, "Thank you. We appreciate the support, and we can't wait to see you all in the shirt. Be sure to take a photo and a video telling the world why it's important that we buy black, and then we use the hashtag We Buy Black." So
yeah, that's dope.
that's
That's really dope.
Yeah, the customer service was great. This was a website, especially amongst the George Floyd. That's kind of back when I was like, you know what? I always buy black. For everybody out there, this is the wedding edition. Awesome and I, we started this podcast about just two black millennials getting married, but we've done so much since then. But I would say 90% of the vendors for the wedding are black-owned
Yeah, that's a
businesses.
big deal. That's a big deal.
It was really important to me. I always try to buy black. Even we have a beautiful wreath. I actually have to get that young lady's Instagram. It's like agathreaths.com or something like that. But when we got engaged, I had seen that she made these wreaths, and I was like, I want to support. And I put on Facebook, I said, please, anybody drop any black vendor that you know that does great quality wedding work, and I use a lot of them.
Dope. So let's look at some
Yep.
of these products. What do you got in your bag? Because apparently it's a girl bag and a guy bag.
So you can buy a female bag, and it's kind of like a mystery grab, right?
I like
they
that.
just
Yeah,
put
mystery box is big and a lot
yeah,
of
yeah. So there is this I'm probably going to say this wrong. Claudio St. James. Is that the name on it?
Yeah, it's a water-free Caribbean sparkle perm and braid sheen polish with conditioner.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bottle is transparent, but it says here, distributed by Claudio St.
Claudio?
James.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Claudio St. James in College Park, Georgia.
Yeah.
Yo, so shout out to all my ATL people. Y'all really familiar with College Park. And so this is dope
Let me
right
see.
here.
I'm going to spray it and see if it smells good. It looked like it smelled good.
It's
gotta-
towards the camera.
You got to get the little mist in there for the
Okay.
effect.
Okay.
Oh, it does smell good. It smells really good.
Nice.
So this is for weaves and braids and
Okay.
conditioner. Yep. So that was one of the products. And then this was something that I was excited about. I had seen this and really was interested. Now I'm a probably butcher. How would you say that? Acronym?
Well, let's see.
It's a beauty bar with
Akon.
Acon?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Acon?
That's my best.
Okay. It has
Smells really
red
good.
mandarin oil in it. It's for African American skin.
Yeah.
I think that we don't cherish our skin the way we always just use the products that are in the big box stores. When we really as African Americans
we just go to the store and grab something real quick.
and we need actual specialty items for our skin. Our skin is very different. We have a lot of melanin. Like that's not just a cliche, guys. That's not just something to put on a t-shirt. We have melanin in our skin, which is very different than non-pigmentation. So that's a really great product.
I would pronounce it as Akon.
Tropical fruit.
Skin on Men, tropical fruit, luxurious oil cleansing bar, and red mandarin oil brightens and softens.
Yeah.
It says what makes our luxurious bath soap different? It is curated to cleanse using an ancient oil cleansing method. What's so good about this method? Instead of stripping your skin with detergents like most bath soaps, we use a specific ratio of super oils that do not turn into soap. To suspend and remove dirt and grime. Rather than robbing the skin of its natural oils, its super oil complement them and promises soft, supple. That's a word for you, and smooth skin. Will you feel oily after washing using this oil method? Absolutely not. Our perfect blend of super oil to soap creates a balance that gives you unbelievable soft feeling skin.
That's awesome.
Ingredients: coconut oil, sustainably sourced palm oil, olive oil, castor oil, shea butter, cocoa butter, natural mica blend, essential and fragrance oil blends, and red mandarin oils. Their Instagram is at Akon Beauty, AKOYNBEAUTY. We'll also put this in the comments.
Yeah, we'll put that in the comment section, and then you do yours because I think there's a couple products that we have the same.
Yeah. So I got the soap too. They hooked me up with the soap.
They got the soap. So these are, I think, either the $25 or the $50. I knew you would like those.
These are the Browndages.
Yes.
What's so funny is because this is a great product because I at one point was like, damn, I wish I had some Band-Aids that was different.
Also, recently in our relationship was like, you were telling me about the Kim Kardashian Kanye Band-Aid thing, but you were like, I need a Band-Aid. Will you give me a Band-Aid? And
she said no.
No, I got you a Band-Aid. But it's the skin tone Band-Aids.
Yeah, that's good.
I got those as well.
And then this is a comb. This is Coils by Nature.
And I think you use those type of combs, right? When you comb your hair out in the morning, you use like a little comb like that?
Yeah, I do.
The smaller black comb?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You have black little boys on yours, and I have black little girls on my Browndages.
So that's the difference.
Yeah.
Let me grab one other thing too. There's one else thing here. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I think that's really cute. It says meet Antonio, aspiring teacher. Meet Fali, a future scientist, and then it says meet Gibson, aspiring firewoman, and meet Nova, a future florist. I love that. That's so cute. So. I'm really excited to be able to use the Browndages, and then Q-tips, the cotton swabs, cotton swabs. So these are a black-owned brand that have cotton swabs. These are great for girls if you're doing your makeup. Anything like detailed cleaning or anything like you need, you always need cotton swabs. And then Awesome has one of the coup d'etat. The reason that we're doing this episode is all about black-owned businesses and entrepreneurship. And you got the Q-tips as well.
Yeah, this is black. Did you shout out the Instagram about where they made it from and who made it?
No, I did not. I don't see any of that. The Browndages I did.
So who made? So Browndages looks like, is Browndages the company?
Yes, Browndages is a brainchild of a husband and wife duo, Rashad and Estar. In their house with 3 children, they went through bandages as quick as they could buy them. Rashad had the idea to produce a bandage that matches the varying shades of brown, not only in their family, but throughout the world. Estar took it one step further and decided to also produce a bandage with images that would both be representative of their children and inspirational. Thus, Browndages was born. The hope of Browndages will become a household name for your family and also serve as a positive inspiration for your children.
It looks like there's two brown tones and then there's 3 assorted colors.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
That's big.
That's really big.
And then the cotton swab. I actually like this container because
you like these. Mm-hmm.
Well, the container just seems conducive to be used.
It looks like they thought it through. Like this little flap like comes up.
Top. Yeah. It's called K cotton swabs. Yeah, and they look like they have a black. It looks like there's black in there for the plastic part.
The plastic part is black,
which is really dope. I feel like this should have been. I feel like, there's things that come from every culture, right? Like, what I'm saying. I feel like this should have always been. In the black culture, as far as us making or having a family that made cotton swabs for some reason, just from the history of cotton and
Absolutely. We should own all rights to cotton. I said what I said. We should. And it is aggravating to me that now they think they're slick. They're trying to put cotton into home decor. I don't think it's cute. And I don't want to see anybody that I know.
Oh, you talking about have the cotton in the house like
just a bark of cotton? No.
We saw that this at Home Depot. I was like, what is this?
Like, what is this?
Yeah,
this is not
definitely
cute.
Not cute.
I'm sorry. Reparations. Once we start getting paid for all of that work that our ancestors put in, then maybe you can start decorating your house with cotton. Okay.
And then while we also on the topic of black businesses, now this was not in the package. This is something else.
This is huge, guys.
This is huge, man. This is huge. So this is something that's been out for a while, but has been rebranded. It's the razor comb. So this is the original razor comb. Right.
put it in front of
Yeah,
you.
this is the original razor comb.
Look how cool this is.
This is what you use to trim your hair in between your haircuts for men. There is for a product for men.
And then girls, this is how you get the layers in your weave. If you've never seen this used before, the hairstylist runs this through the weave, and it makes layers in the front of your hair.
So
these are very useful.
Definitely. So this is a comb, and inside the comb has the a razor blade.
Yes.
So it basically, and it trims the short coarse hair. It is black owned.
Who owns that business?
The Instagram is at razorcomb.com. You have to. It's our product.
It's awesome product.
It's our product. Yeah,
the
man.
Original razor comb.
The original
so
razor comb.
Proud.
Yeah, man. So go to at razor comb. We just getting it started off.
Yes.
And we're gonna start shipping and sending it out.
Yes, we're gonna. If you are an influencer that's a barber or a hairstylist and you would like to support the brand, just leave your app below and we will send you a promotional item.
Yep, and you get this nice, lovely box with it, razor comb box to keep all your razor combs in.
Awesome really did a great job with this.
So we got a lot to go. We got a lot to do.
Yep.
And so we're gonna keep working. That's it.
Yep. And what's the handle again?
At razor comb. So RAZORCOMB on Twitter.
Yes.
And we're working on the Instagram now, and working on the webpage. So the original razor comb and razor brands.
All black owned products right here because we buy black.
We buy black.
We buy black. We support. And you guys should support too is we black. WeBuyBlack.com.
And then this is another shirt. I had this on the last episode. I didn't give him a shout out, but this is one of my high school friends came up with this brand.
What's that? Remain focused.
You know what I'm saying? It's actually dope. I seen him with it on. He kind of expanded into like his own line. I actually liked the slogan. I like the logo, and it makes sense, because we got to remain focused at all times.
Absolutely.
So this is one guy. It's remain focused is his Instagram, and remain focused is the brand, so you can find them there.
Nice, awesome. And so today's episode is all about black entrepreneurship, and not only with the razor comb, because that was kind of went into the products. We often speak affirmation in our communities about generational wealth, breaking generational curses, making sure that our families, our children is taken care of. And so Awesome, during the pandemic, went out on a big limb and had been planning to do this for quite some time. And I don't want to take the shine from him, but he made a huge investment, and I want you to tell them about the investment that you made, darling.
Oh yeah, it's just smart business. That's all. We all grow and mature. Our interests change. And just I think that the pursuit of happiness is a real thing. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So my interest changing. I pursued a different form of happiness, one that is in the form of assets over liabilities.
Yes.
I did an audit of my life. I use that word because I was spending more than I was saving. So me getting older, Miss Darling, so adequately put my age out there. You know what I'm saying? 4-0 is pushing, so I'm done. I have 23.
You still got some time for 4-0.
Well,
but
you're right. I still got some time, but I got 23.
You're in your mid-30s.
I got 23 pairs of 23s. You know what I'm saying? So that's all Jordans 1 through 23. I had the designers. I got the foreign car. You know what I'm saying? We got watches. We take trips. I got the lovely lady.
Yes.
So it's like what? And I have a daughter, and it's important. So I need to change my mentality. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we did. So I did the best thing I could possibly think of doing with my money, and we started ENC Property Homes.
Yep.
So this is a shirt for ENC Property Homes.
Yep.
It is our real estate investment and landlord company.
Yep.
Because we got the props.
We got the props.
We got the props, son. We got the properties. We got the properties, and we
don't y'all steal that because we trademarked it. Okay, because we got the props.
TM on there, yeah. But no, we bought an investment property.
Yep.
A 2-unit in
2 doors.
Yep, in Baltimore. Yeah, and so we made the investment, and I'm managing the buildings pretty much every day.
Yeah.
And so we of course, in the name of documenting it, we did go on document it. So We'll share some of the videos, and this is stuff we're gonna be releasing on our Patreon first.
Yep.
And then we're releasing on YouTube. But yeah, you can watch all these videos now that we're releasing this episode, and you can follow the journey.
Yeah.
Just about the process. You can learn how I did it. You can learn, how much it exactly cost, and how I did what they call a house hack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's big. That's big.
Yeah.
And I'll explain it after the video. So here we go. Enjoy and stay tuned. This is episode 1. Rental property renovation with Candace and Evan. Rental properties renovation with Candace and Evan. If these stairs could talk, oh my God. So starting the story, what happened? And I wanted to kind of actually talk through it while we do it. So I bought the house. This is the picture of me, you know what I'm saying, buying the house. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have the soul sign.
But it's so funny because we bought that sign a while ago, but now that we have all the properties, we just will keep going with the sign. So
yeah. It was a big step. You know, I my grandmother owned her house. My mom and them owned their house. And honestly, with the school loans situation that I had, I didn't actually ever think it would be possible for me to own a house. You know, but we were blessed together. We bought this house.
Yep.
So kind of things started happening. You know what I'm saying? And you want to
Awesome
continue.
Says this house. He's talking about our house that we live in.
Yeah. So basically now we have a residential house and we have an investment house, and there's ways to do that with your debt to income ratio. We have been grinding, both of us, for a long time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I didn't even realize how hard I was working.
And I think that's the important part that I want to highlight for Awesome is that a lot of you guys have come with us from the beginning of the journey. Yeah. And then some of you guys are new listeners, and we love all of you guys all of the same. But we started this thing of the podcast literally in my 1-bedroom apartment on the kitchen table. And then through this and through our hard work and just dedication, we have saved and worked hard and networked. We were boots on the ground. Shout out to Combat Jack. We went to the first AC3 and went down there and met with Combat Jack, and then just networked and we gathered all this information. That a lot of the legwork and the research. Awesome is he is the research and development part of everything. He's the brain power.
That's
of
real
all
life
of this.
too. I mean, but the transition is so easy because that's kind of what I do in real life.
Correct. And you're really good at that.
And so but sometimes creating these online personalities is hard to connect it with your real personality. So I've always been a fan of music. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly just really connected it from what I do professionally to what I like to do with my hobbies, you know what I'm saying, with the music and the podcasting. And that's how it came out. And then even now, getting older and trying to really invest, and this was a sound, way to do it. And so here's the video. We'll sort of watch it and we'll discuss.
Yep. But I just wanted to say that Awesome doing all of this, it was 10 years in the making.
Oh, yeah. I've been grinding for a minute.
It was literally that. And so you guys, you can't skip any parts of the process.
No, you can't.
From the investing in yourself to obtain the knowledge, to networking and being boots on the ground, to then taking your 9 to 5 to finance your 5 to 9.
Yeah. It
all comes together over time.
Everything's a learning step.
You can't cheat any of the process.
Yeah. And so I had, it was a 3-year process, and I didn't really know it was a 3-year process. I know I had been working on my credit going back 3 years.
Yeah.
And then also, I'm always, open about this. I moved home with my mom, and that enabled me to save very aggressively, and that's the term I always hear.
Yep.
And so what does that mean? Like I was saving whole checks.
Because you need liquid cash.
Yeah.
Cash is king no matter what anybody tells you. Your credit got to be good and cash is king.
So it's hard, but everybody has to do it differently. But I was in a situation, I was on a 12, I gave myself a timeline, 12 months.
Yep.
And I saved aggressively, like whole checks. Like there was weekends and months I wasn't even leaving the house because I knew that the way things were going, how serious I was getting with Lil Miss, and just my own normal ambitions, I needed that.
Correct.
To continue my life.
And as from a female's perspective, if you didn't check out our episode, the recap of the game, is nothing wrong with men doing that to get themselves together if they have a plan. Don't be out here always judgmental about, ew, he lives with his mom. Awesome lived on his own for years and years and years before he moved back in with his mom. So he was already a responsible, independent person.
Yeah.
He had a goal in mind, right? And if I would have been as judgmental to be like, ew, you live with your mom? Like,
Yeah, I came out.
we wouldn't
I came
even
out
be
with the bag.
together.
I came out with the bag.
You did.
Crazy, and
You
it
did.
was. But I was working hard, so I pretty much was saving whole checks for months, exponentially increasing, and I was getting a bonus, and then so then that came two things: allowed us to get this house we live in,
Correct.
and then allow us to get a lot of the down payments. Well, the ring, that was a big thing.
That was a big financial
And
thing.
then still being aggressive saving. Now it's a habit now for me. Now saving is really turned into a habit. I don't even have to think about it. I know what to spend my money on, what not to spend my money on, and I spend it on either on us or save it. That's it.
Yep.
Because I know it's going to time come. So I ended up doing what they call a house hack, meaning that first time home buyer, you got a FHA loan.
Correct.
Where you only have to put down like 3%. Now the market right now is pretty much at that, so it's a good time to buy.
It's a little less, honestly, right now. I think it's at 2.7.
And so I had to only do a low down payment, and so the houses in Baltimore are very affordable. And I was able to put 3% down, and it no lie came out to be like $7,000.
Yep.
And that was it. And in this situation, the lady helped with the closing costs.
Correct.
And so it ended up just being a blessing.
Yeah. The stars aligned.
Yeah, it did.
It's funny because Awesome is such on the grind. I'm like, darling, you have to wait for the stars align again, because it's like your first hit of crack. I guess it's like, yo, I
looking
need
for
this.
a hit, looking for a hit.
I need this.
And it was not a single family home. It was a multi-unit. So we are landlords now. We got a tenant downstairs.
Yeah.
And then upstairs with the FHA program, you have to live in the house for a year. So I currently live at the address for the house. But what I do in the weekends is I Airbnb it.
Correct.
And so it added two revenue streams to our two revenue streams.
Yep.
And was very happy about the landlord situation. A little nervous about it, but it.
Why don't you talk? I know you're kind of going through everything, but talk about that, because that's a lot of information right there unto itself.
Yeah, because people always say, oh, they're going to destroy their house. They're going to, you know what I'm saying, not going to. That I needed to look up as far as eviction lawyers, how to, what landlord rights are, what tenants rights are, and just sort of what resources do I have in this position. Made a list, checked it twice.
Yep.
And then really put that forward. So now I got that I can just pull up if anything happens. And then I took on a lot of the renovations myself. The house was pretty turnkey, what they call move-in ready.
It was.
All we had to do was paint the cabinets.
We did all cosmetic stuff.
Yep.
So just so you guys know, we did this. Awesome signed that mortgage the day that all the states shut down, basically. So
pretty much.
Literally the guy was like, all right, here you go. Here's your
The
key.
keys.
And then the state shut down.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
during the pandemic.
So it was easy to go to do a lot of the things. You know what I'm saying? The essential stores were open. Home Depot was one of them. So really all we did was go to Home Depot and buy
Home
paint,
Depot and Lowe's.
brushes, and
Let us know if you want to sponsor this episode.
there we go. And so we took it on as a team, and
Two-man system, right?
Yep. And soon as I was nervous once we finished it, I was like, okay, this is the I guess the myth. They's like, oh, housing market's not jumping right now. As soon as I put the thing up,
It was
press
insane.
send,
It was
people
insane.
emailing, trying to come see the place. I need a place to live. To live. This is my budget. And I like that area. So that's the thing. Location is key.
Yes.
We have a great location, and people is really sought after, and so that was a plus. A location, and so we were blessed with a lot of inquiries. I went through a service to do background checks, application fees, deposits, and then we got a tenant in 1 month. We went live, I believe June. So we got it in March. So we had April, May. We were live with everything. June 1st, we had our first tenant by July.
Yeah. It
You know what I'm
was,
saying?
and it took us about if we would have pushed it, if it wasn't during the pandemic, we probably could have did the renovations in less than a month.
Yeah.
But we were still both
I had to learn. It was
actively
a learning curve.
working. Yeah, we were both actively working too. So it wasn't like we could spend like 24 hours a day renovating the place.
Yeah.
But if we had to do that again, knowing what we know now, we could do that in a month.
Yeah, you can.
we coulda did it in a
Cosmetics,
month.
like you said, paint. You know, I didn't pull up anything. I did. I did the steps.
Listen,
Yeah.
you'll see it in
That's
the
why
video.
the first episode is called "Man, If These Stairs Could Talk."
Because I tried to warn Awesome. I said, darling, in my home that I grew up in, my mom and I had taken the carpet up, but we recarpeted it. And I was like, darling, you don't want the smoke with these steps. And he was like, oh, it'll be fine.
Well, you know,
It'll be fine.
I knew it had to be done because they was already wear and tear on the steps.
It was.
Just from people going up and down, and I knew it wasn't going to hold through
Yeah.
an Airbnb situation.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just get this out the way up front. So you want to watch the video?
Yeah, go ahead. I
So
just, because
this
you
is-
was talking, I just wanted
So
to
this
be
is
able
this
to.
is the actual first video of the place. Let me cue it up a little bit. Sorry. All right, so here it is. So it's me, like I said, with we gotta bring it back. This is me with the sold sign, and then that's gonna go into the before and after. And I didn't want to fast forward and miss it, but here it is. So this is the before. Actually, I'll make it a little bigger. This is the before, and this was the after. So we did a lot, and these were the
Yeah.
steps, man. These stairs could talk. We still got the railing over there. Those were the closets, the original
Oh
closets.
my gosh, those closet doors.
We painted. So this picture there, I painted them without removing them. You know what I'm saying? But we ended up removing them. That we painted that. I added a barn door to one of the pantries. That was the old.
You got some
Yeah,
good
they're-
before and afters,
I
darling.
did. So I did that. I did backsplash in the kitchen and the countertops. The appliances were pretty good though. You know what I'm saying? The
We
appliances
just
were good.
cleaned them. We just deep cleaned the appliances. We left them in there. In a long-term situation, there are some more cosmetic stuff that we will do to the property. But I told Awesome, I said, somebody will love this place because the blood, sweat, and tears we put into it originally, it was very cozy.
Oh, yeah, you could tell.
Everybody that
Yeah.
came in there was like,
It looked good. Yeah,
they were like, this is so amazing. You guys added this and you added that. So you just want the feel of home, right? You want to move into some place that you're like, this is home to me.
Yeah, and here's the steps.
Oh, Lord, the steps.
So this is a time lapse of me working on these steps. So I had to take the carpet up, you know, step by step. Had to pull up the carpet nails, and I guess walking on carpets because I like carpets. And I know they're nailed down, but I didn't realize how many nails are in there.
It's a lot of nails
They
on
just
carpet.
nail everywhere to keep it down. I was pulling up nails. I might still go in there and find not an actual up nail, but it's a staple.
Yeah.
I might find a
They
staple.
staple the carpet
Man, they
to-
just
yeah.
staple everywhere. Thousands of staples. Like literally, it had to be. If I had to count, it's probably like seven. It was probably like 3,000 staples on these steps.
Because it's the pad that's underneath of the carpet, so it doesn't slip. Because like, could you imagine if you had loose carpet on steps, you would kill yourself.
Yeah.
So it's the underlay under the carpet that they staple down, and then they glue, and then go ahead. I'm sorry.
So then I had this was the gap. So when I pulled the carpet up, there was a gap between the wall, and it made it very loud when you walk up and down the steps. So I had to take a
Echoey.
breather. Yeah, I had to use gap filler. And then I had to get a sander, and I was going to stain the steps because they were that neutral color. So apparently they had painted the house without the steps being carpeted, of course, but they just spilled paint everywhere. So
Yeah.
all the steps had crazy paint on it. I had to sand, and then I had to use the stripper to remove the paint, and that was tough. I had to
Yep.
go through 3 different types of strippers, but I'm kind of handy already, but I had to like watch a YouTube video, then I had to go do it. I had to watch a YouTube video and I had to go through it. This is what you call, this is not, I didn't need a permit. This was not like.
These are all cosmetic
This
things.
was not a structural change.
Changes.
It was just pulling up the carpet. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that was actually me adding the stripper there. I had to get the knee pads because I was spending a lot of time.
No, I
on
told
my
him
knees.
because I got bad knees. I was like, I need knee pads because we
Man.
were on our knees, like scrubbing and doing all this kind of stuff, stapling, all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
I was getting
like,
to it.
I need some knee pads, and so
I was getting to it. Look at it. I'm like more. I need more. Yeah. So then this was, I believe, a walkthrough of what I was saying. You'll have to watch the video on Patreon. So this was the little hallway area. So there was the wood at the bottom of the steps, and I wanted to replace that with actual nicer matching wood set. So I found the actual planks, the click lock flooring.
Yep.
And it's really like a 3x3 area. So one box. And so that's basically what I was showing you. Like it had that original flooring there. And I wanted to put the click lock flooring over it. And I learned a lot about flooring. I actually like the flooring work, you know, as far as that. I found out that plumbing, I don't like plumbing.
No.
Nah. So this was it. I mean, it literally is like I had a little bit of cutting to do. Walmart, you know, had a sale on some of the tools.
Yeah.
We walked in, I was blown away. It was you know, a reciprocating saw and all this stuff for like $10-15.
Yeah, we got a lot
and
of
it
tools.
worked really good. So
Yeah.
I bought a couple of tools, you know, leveled things out and really got to cutting. So this is the video time lapse of me doing the floor.
Yeah. And like literally it's click lock, y'all. So like you just cut it to what you need it and you
Yep.
click them in place and then that's it. You don't really have to do too much more with them. What's the little piece that goes between the joints?
Yeah, you gotta get you got quarter round.
Quarter
in
round.
this video, I didn't put underlayment on there because I was just still doing the fitting. But I actually did use underlayment, and I just wanted to make sure that it fit properly. Now the edges are gonna be jagged. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get a perfect cut, and don't try to because you got to use that quarter round on the corners to hide the jagged.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so once I found that out, I wasn't even worried about it. And I had a little challenge here. Sorry about the camera, but it was like a little L. Yeah, it was like an L shape. I had to cut. It looked perfect.
Like a perfect 45-degree angle.
Yeah. And there it is. There it was. There it
Yep.
was. And then I put the door joint down to cover up, you know, the space.
Yep.
I spray painted that, and then we was Gucci, man.
We use a lot of spray paint. Like a lot of spray paint. Yeah.
And that was pretty much the first episode for If These Stairs Could Talk. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? We did 4 episodes on there, just going through the different process. You want to watch another one or go through another video?
You know, I kind of wanted to kind of talk through. So we did the renovations, but you know, people are very curious about Airbnb. You want to talk about Airbnb, or you want to go through more of the renovations?
Let's go through one more because
Okay.
I did the floor again. I actually want to see about how to bring this one. You can talk about what your thoughts on the process, like going from just one house to investment. How do you feel the process went?
Well, we opened up a business, and that's what the point that we wanted to bring home today on this is just about Black ownership and black entrepreneurship. So they tell you need 7 streams of income to be a millionaire, which is very true when it comes to income, right? But what we're worth, right? Our assets that we have. Austin and I wanted to be able to have $1 million worth of property. So that means that you have $1 million worth of credit line, right? Which essentially means that you're worth $1 million, right? You can at any given time say, if I sold all of this, I have $1 million, which is something that I guess I'm making it very simplistic, but I wish that they would teach us lessons in more of a simplistic manner
talk
like
about
that,
it.
because they make it seem like, oh, you got to have 7 side hustles. Yes, technically you should have
you can
7.
have 7 businesses.
So you can
straight
have
up.
7 businesses, but if you acquire $1 million worth of property at any given time, it only some places
Benefits you.
It does
It's worth the
benefit you.
risk.
It's only going to appreciate
Yeah.
over time, right?
Yeah.
At some points, it might depreciate because
Yeah.
there might be a recession
the
or a
market
depression.
fluctuates, that's what they
Exactly,
say.
it's basic. But real estate, at some point, is always going to come back, right? It's always going to appreciate. So whatever you buy it at is going to appreciate. And if you buy $1 million, you probably got 1.6
Yeah.
in actual liquid if you liquidated all your assets, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what that means.
Yeah,
So,
so that was a good part. So we got an LLC. So the tenant pays rent to our home our company,
and we
NC
property
Homes.
we property manage,
Yep.
right?
And so so that is a main thing. And so separate account, open up account, and then we get the tax write off. So all that stuff we purchased to buy, kept the receipts. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to tax time. That's going to be a
It
shelter.
goes to the business.
And we're going to get that back. You know, when you start a business, you get up to $5,000 that you get back your first year. So, you know what I'm saying? Buy the computer, get the paint, just keep your
Correct.
receipts. And so gas, food, things like that, you get to do. And now the hard part is going from having the business and building the business credit.
Correct.
And so that's where
That takes time.
Yeah, so that's where it was a little challenging, and it takes time because you can use your own credit, but a lot of times it's tough because you might already have things on there, you know. So so now trying
But
to
it's
build
also, darling, your personal credit is so important to keep your personal
yeah,
credit
it should
good,
always be, yeah.
because you are a number in the system. Your social security number is a number in the system. So then when you get a business, your business gets a social security number
the
called
EIN.
the EIN.
Yeah.
It is one's adjacent to the other. The reason that you don't want everything all combined is because if you have to, what they call, reorganize or bankrupt a business, that doesn't have anything to do with your personal finances.
Yeah, limited liability company, so that
Correct.
your business funds do not cross over with
With
your
your personal funds. But you need to have good personal funds to jumpstart a business. And so don't let that be like, oh, I can have a lot of people like, I have $500, a hope and a dream. Yes, I've seen that a lot of times, but it was probably very difficult for those people to get a brick and mortar or to get business credit. They were really hustling to get enough liquid cash, which means cash that you can put your hands on, because cash is king along with you having good credit.
Yeah.
So until you get your credit together, you need to have a lot of cash so that talks for you instead of you having like 680 credit score. You know what I mean? And you got $100,000. Yes, it's great you have that $100,000, but you wouldn't have to touch that $100,000 if you had an 800 credit score.
And then so the next phase came in about OPM, what they call other people's money.
Correct.
You know what
Investors.
I'm saying? So that's what she's basically saying. You want to use other people's money to fund your stuff. So the credit and investments.
And your credit speaks for that. That's how they're going to, your background check basically. It says, okay, this person is worth me investing in this.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, so yeah, I mean, so here's another video when we fast forward a little bit. We did the steps. And I did I show the whole walkthrough video? I didn't.
I think you did.
I just showed the first episode of what's going to be on the what's it called, the Patreon, but I can go into the second episode real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that it was really great just to even have this opportunity, man, and working and seeing what's next. You gotta things happen fast, man. You gotta be ready. That, like they say, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, and that is a true statement, man. Like I had been sitting on stuff for so long, and just had to make the decision to step my game up, and that's really what happened. All right, so now I'm just looking for the walkthrough. I think this is actually it right here. So like I said, all these videos are gonna be on Patreon, and that you guys can watch.
And make sure you guys, it's the Little Miss Entertainment Show on Patreon. For $1 you can subscribe, and we put new content up there every month. Just shout out to a couple of people that are our Patreons. Muff, she always supports. Thank you so much. She's a huge supporter. And I think Awesome has this video pulled up.
Yeah, here it is.
Okay, we'll take a look at this one. So this is which one, darling?
Let's see. This is. Let me pull it up. This is just the walkthrough of the house.
I don't think you can pull it up from there.
All right, that's what I'm trying to pull up now.
You have to go into that's the creators thing. You gotta go on the regular one.
Okay, it just wasn't showing from there.
Okay.
I should be able to do it like this though. All right, here we go. Let's see. So on the videos, I sort of do a breakdown of what it is and what each video is that we're watching, and then I start the scene. So here we go into the house. Is this showing? And then this was the time lapse. Man, do you remember this when we had to do the counter?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can make it bigger. So this is when I had to do the counters downstairs. The whole thing was on the floors. This is the floors. Yeah, so it was just a linoleum floor, and we did the peel and stick in the kitchen.
So we had to clean everything. The house was, when you start pulling out refrigerators and all that kind of stuff, you have to
All
clean
type
all
of
these.
stuff come out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to clean all the surfaces, but it definitely helps to have two people.
Oh, yeah.
Forewarning, you're gonna fuss and fight about this stuff. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to just say like, okay, I'm not gonna fuss and fight about this anymore. Because everybody has a perception on how it should be done, right? So the best thing is to really just get a game plan together and be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. One thing that Awesome and I realized, I told him, like, Awesome likes somebody that just kind of assists, and I was like, that's not me. Like, we need to conquer and divide. So if you putting down that, I can go and do this. So we learned along the way what the best way to kind of help with the projects were.
So this is me getting my Bob Vila on. Just trying to tell everybody
Awesome loves
what
this
the heck
vest.
is going on, man. Well, I bought it and I wanted to wear it, so I figured it's perfect time.
That was his moment.
Yeah, it was definitely his moment because it was cold, man. We was doing this in March. It was cold, man.
It was really cold. I mean, like, it was still freezing cold outside. It was not warm at all.
So here's in the kitchen. This is in the upstairs unit, and I wanted to add, the flooring. So I'm just basically breaking it down. And
so we renoed two kitchens. We renoed the
downstairs.
downstairs
The other
and
one was
upstairs.
downstairs. Upstairs is a little bit larger, 2-bedroom, and so I was doing the flooring here, the peel and stick. So let's see if I can fast forward to the actual. Me putting it down. So I just follow the straight path. I mean, like this stuff is complicated. It's as complicated as you want to make it. You get what I'm saying? So I just, we peeled and sticked. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, you just have somebody that hands it to you.
The thing and got down there. Yeah. And that was it. I mean, when you really look at these things, it is doable. Now, I didn't build anything. You know what I'm saying? We didn't tear anything down. There was no demo. No, structural.
But we took the cabinet doors down. We took all the closet doors down. It was a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah,
it wasn't. We moved almost every appliance in there.
And it was so cold. One thing I learned about the temperature of the products that you're using. So the actual peel and stick flooring, it got tough to cut. Yeah, it got tough to cut as it got colder.
Yes, it
does.
But
they say a lot of times you want to keep those things in the apartment for like at least 24 hours.
24 to 48 hours.
Yeah, to where the room before you start working with it. Because it started out, they was really easy to cut and it got almost impossible. So then that held up the process as well.
Yeah.
But there it is. I mean, I just peeled and stick. We laid it down.
Yep.
And then I believe we also have a trailer where I was actually looking for a trailer that sort of broke everything down. That basically showed, what we did in full.
Yeah, because like while Awesome was doing a lot of this work, I had to decorate the whole entire house because the upstairs we were moving in. So like it was like laundry and cups and dishes and curating things. We had to get mattresses. We had 3 bedrooms and shout out to the mattress guy, man. Called that guy up. He was like, "What you need, girl?" He's like, I'm around the corner. That's how that conversation was. I was like, I need 3 queen mattresses. He said, boom. Pulled
right
up.
There. He did.
That's what he was the definition of I'll pull up on you.
So here's the trailer video. So this is available on YouTube. So you guys can go to Little Miss Entertainment on YouTube and check out basically the entire recap. And here she is. We're doing the counters downstairs. And yeah, it was just a cover.
Yeah.
For I guess it was called a plywood or some sort of Formica countertop.
Yeah.
Then this was upstairs.
Just old countertops that we updated and
yeah. And then that's me doing the flooring. I did the peel and stick throughout the house. It actually came out to be only $300 for the kitchen upstairs, the flooring, the dining room upstairs, and the flooring in the upstairs room. That was it.
You would be so surprised
Here's those mattresses. He pulled up. We just pulled it right upstairs.
Pulled up, like bring the mattress up.
This was a real moment for me. Please clean y'all refrigerators, yo.
They don't clean.
Jesus Christ,
man.
They
don't clean their house that way that they should.
Man, this was the backsplash, and that was it. I mean, you really saw it was the only things we really had to do. So it came out decent, and then we did a newer video. So there was a living room space upstairs for the Airbnb, and then we'll talk about the Airbnb. And it was a lot of traffic, and it was like, hey, this carpet needs to come up.
Yep.
And so the next video that we did, I did was sort of like a time lapse on, cleaning out taking up the carpet in the living room. So my friend was able to help me.
Shout out to Sean. He was on the show, friend of the wedding
he
edition.
He was on the show. We were talking about the male groom process.
This is the groom's takeover, but the home edition.
Yeah. So it ended up being good. I'm going to mute it again, but you guys can, you know what I'm saying, get the gist of it. Mm-hmm. I was just saying how we here, and we going to make the magic happen. Mm-hmm. So first I had a little bit of landlord duties to do. I had to go downstairs and fix the washer and dryer because the connections were backwards. So I did that. So that was just handy all day. Mm-hmm. And so then, we want to take the carpet up, and so we're going to basically do that. Mm-hmm. See, where's it? It starts in a second. Where's the time lapse? Mm-hmm. But that was an interesting process because same thing. I had to buy the materials. That's what I'm going on. I had to go back to Home Depot and see. This is where the business credit in. I didn't develop it at that time, but I have it now. But if I had, bought all these little $5 and $10 things, it really helps. Mm-hmm. It really gives you that identity.
For sure.
And it really lets you know that you have this buyback power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I went to Home Depot and I got red and blue connections because it made sense.
Yeah.
It was so short. You couldn't even pull the stack unit out. It was less than 4 feet. So I went and got 6 foot connections, and it was just turn the water off. Mm-hmm. Right, make sure the lines drip. Yeah,
look at Sean.
make sure the lines drip. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, and then here it is. This is the finishing touch. Make sure it works. Mm-hmm. Yeah, make sure water doesn't.
That's actually a nice little setup they have in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Make sure the water doesn't freaking spill everywhere. That's the big thing, man. You gotta check this stuff. Mm-hmm. And so then let's see. I wanted to go to upstairs and show what was going on upstairs. Mm-hmm. Where is it at? Here it is. Oh, that was it. That was just the downstairs video. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Let me bring up the other one, which is the upstairs video. And this is, I believe, the walkthrough.
Yeah, it's a lot being a landlord, man. I'll tell you that. Even though we have a great tenant, our tenant is definitely not cumbersome or nuisance to us. It's just different because you're ultimately responsible for the place that they live in. If you're not ready for that responsibility, this ain't something that the game to get into, because honestly, Awesome's had to go over there at least 3 times
to fix some little stuff.
Little stuff. But it's a during the day you have to get the trades in there if it's something that you can't fix yourself. And
so in this video, this is after we finished everything, and this is the Airbnb. Mm-hmm. So I had, I heard good things about it, I heard bad things about Airbnb, and it's probably all true.
Yeah. We're in a Facebook group that it helps a lot.
It goes down in the Airbnb, but you know, we started off on a high note. I finished the floors. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I finished the steps, stained them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Look at the quarter round. I couldn't get that little edge right there. That was too much of a small edge for me to try to cut a 45-degree miter. You know what I'm saying? So I let it be what it was. Yep. And then I, basically stained the steps. That was my first time staining this. And Little Miss actually put me on to. I was really supposed to use a rag, and that would have made it a lot easier, man. Because I used the paint. Yeah. And then I wanted to add a little flair to the steps, so we actually had welcome. Mm-hmm. We painted welcome on it. Yep, welcome. It was a stencil. So when you first walk up, it says welcome to the Airbnb, because I just felt like all Airbnbs had something nice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So come upstairs, a Little Miss Entertainment pot with her snake flower.
R.I.P. to that poor plant. We won't get into that.
this was the dining room area, and we had a little table there, a little
IKEA.
Yep, everything was IKEA.
Shout out to IKEA.
I did get an IKEA credit card, and just ordered it, so I didn't have to pay for anything. Yeah, IKEA was really affordable. I mean, $25 a month for we got a lot of stuff. I got tables and chairs and shelves and
I put it all together. And if you know IKEA stuff, that is a whole feat unto itself.
Yeah. So this was the living room with the carpet, and like I said, that's the actual carpet I took up. And then so couch from Walmart credit card, had them delivered right to the house. Yep.
Awesome did a good job of picking out the furniture and stuff.
I definitely wanted a blue and a light blue. I wanted an offset. I actually was trying to get this. It was blue, but it was a darker blue, orange. I believe it was orange accent chair.
Oh my God, the TV.
Yeah, got a TV off Facebook Marketplace.
That was the guy that sold us TV.
It was $100. $100 for the TV.
He was really nice.
And then it has open brick, exposed brick, and then it it's the stairs. I don't know where I go next. I guess I go to the kitchen. So this is actually a loft, the loft part. So it's a galley kitchen. Really short countertops on left and the right. And then we did not paint the cabinets. I hate cabinets. We did paint the knobs though, black.
I think they came out nice. That little accent that made it look different.
The next step is painting the cabinets and the vent hood and the countertops.
We have a cereal
We
bar.
got a little cereal bar in there.
Little breakfast nook.
Yep. And then this goes back to the back bedroom and bathroom. Now the downstairs bedroom is right under that. And so there it is.
And so we
painted the
painted all that.
We took them down and took them out in the back and painted them.
Yep. And I got a majority of all like the home goods and stuff off of Amazon because none of the stores were open. Walmart and Target, but I was still very scared to go in to those types of stores, so I just Amazoned a lot of that stuff. Just Amazon.
Yep. I had to do refinishing on the bathroom tiles. I had to repaint that.
Yep.
And then
the only thing we don't have in there that I think it's just like a decor thing, not that people would use it. We need a teapot.
yeah. And then we
got
had
some plants.
The steps. So this carpet on this steps has to come up too. But I wasn't ready to tackle that yet. But it might be time.
So it's very lofty. It's open.
It has an open space. Yeah. So it is the loft, lumbar loft.
And then we will link below if you guys ever want to come stay at the Airbnb. We'll leave the link below.
And so that was the upstairs bathroom, and that was already done. I had a shower, small bathroom shower, vanity, really small but really nice.
A lot of the prints and stuff I just got for free off of different websites. I can link them below, but I just literally printed them at Walmart for like a couple. Like 50 cents.
Yep.
You just put them in some frames and you got artwork.
And it's the loft area.
Now, these paintings, if you guys have been following us, those are the paintings that Awesome and I did for my birthday as paint and sip. And we used them as decor in there.
Little game table, couple chairs. Since then, I replaced those chairs. Those were just temporary.
Awesome had them little raggedy chairs in there. I'm like, darling, take them chairs out
I got bar
there.
top. We got bar top tables and bar top chairs. You know, so I stained the doors, had TV in there, and then you can look down into the kitchen, and that's like the little loft part. And there's some skylights. We didn't show the skylights when you come up the steps. There's skylights. And then here there's more skylights. So
it's a really cool little spot. We have all like 5-star reviews, honestly, on the Airbnb, but we have a Ring doorbell and we can hear sometimes when people be saying stuff.
Man, Airbnb, we'll do another episode about the pitfalls of Airbnb, but so far it definitely has been a blessing. It was definitely
it's a great revenue stream.
It was
it's unbelievable. Actually,
it wasn't that I didn't think it was real. I
had to really convince Awesome, like, we gotta do this.
You say that. I was gonna do Airbnb from the beginning, but it was just gonna be different. I was gonna Airbnb downstairs and move a tenant upstairs because it was a 2-bedroom, and I just figured like that would be more of the the mortgage. Like, people will pay for a 2-bedroom over 1-bedroom. But she said no. You should Airbnb upstairs, and so I listened.
Because we can get more money for that one.
Yeah, and I had heard that Airbnb worked well. I just didn't know if it would work in the Maryland area. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of like after Trump had declared Maryland, he said all this bad stuff about Maryland. He said he basically said it was a shithole, and it was a rat's den. You know what I'm saying? And
which they don't even know
nobody's
implications
taking a trip
of that in this world, right? For the president to declare a whole city.
I'm like, I got
the
this
economic
house. I don't think anybody's
repercussions that happen to that. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think anybody's gonna rent here in Maryland or come in to visit. You know what I'm saying? So,
if you build it, they will come.
Yep. So we ended up finding a niche, you know what I'm saying, a hard niche, which is pretty much the local market. You know what I'm saying? So there are people in your town and state who want to go places in your town and state.
And staycations are at an all-time high right now. Like an all-time high. Because you can't really go too far. Even though I've seen people internationally traveling, God bless. But a lot of people are just trying to stay close to home. You know.
We picked up the local market, and we went live on June 1st. Our first booking was June 15th on Airbnb.
Yep.
Our first tenant was July 1st, and so on pretty much I guess August 1st was when we hit. I hit a full month on Airbnb and a full month tenant rent, and it pretty much paid for itself with a profit. You know what I'm saying? So end of August, which is pretty much now, this will be our second 2.5 full months, and you know what I'm saying, this is for the Patreon here, pretty much made $10,000 in pretty much 45 days doing an Airbnb. And it was like whoa. It was just like adding up, but I had the price accordingly. I had to
There was some learnings with it.
Yeah, I had to change,
was.
For the market. But that's what you should do in any business. You got to take a look at what's going on and make your adjustments as you go.
Yep, for sure.
And we just going to use that money to reinvest into ENC Property Homes.
Yep.
And we're going to go from 2 units in the multi-unit to possibly 4. And then from 4 to 6, and then 6 to 10.
Yeah. I just want to take a second. I had lost my job in this process, and that extra revenue coming in really kind of supplemented what we had lost. I mean, I was getting unemployment, but at a certain point, and unemployment maxes out, and it's definitely, if you're past that point, it's not a drop in the bucket of what your earning potential is. So I just want to thank you for being such a strong person, a husband, a leader in this relationship, to say these are the things that we need to do to make sure that our family is not just taken care of today and have the things that they want, but the things that they need for long term. We have in-depth conversations about, and I want to just stress this again. Actually, it was the first thing I seen on Instagram this morning. Shout out to my leak, because I really like her Instagram. But the Cliff Notes version of it is, don't judge yourself off of us for our 14 to 15 years of work that we put in, not just only personally but professionally, off of what we have today, and think that you're going to in 6 weeks have what we had over something that we've built for 14 years, separately and together, right?
Yeah, I've been professional for 10 years. I went to college and graduate school. You know what I'm saying? I worked for pretty much number one company in the world for a couple of years.
I work for the number one gaming company for the world. This will be my 14th year professionally working, and I went to grad school while I continued my career, so I never stopped. I got a job right out of college, and then went to grad school.
We were pretty ambitious, and now it's changing the mentality to really think about how
working for ourselves.
How can we use these skills that we've used to help somebody else get rich, help ourselves get rich?
Correct. Correct.
And I chose real estate. Other people are doing trades, and that's great. You got to find what fits your personality.
For sure.
And what you can do. And I picked this up. So, but I wanted us to do it together.
Yes, we are 50, is it 51%?
Oh, yeah. She, I get, and then so in the company, I gave her 51%. I only have 49% in the company.
And there's a reason for that, because women are... Go ahead.
I was going to say, well, for one, because I love you. That's love right there, man. You can't even that's
deny
love.
That. No.
Because I could have just said Evan Properties, you know what I'm saying? But this is a growth. I understand that it's we. I use that a lot with us. I'm like, this is us, and I don't only say that, I show her. So I just popped upstairs and like, I started the company, you know what I'm saying? We doing this together.
Correct.
But there are incentives, and so her role of she's the CEO. So now, you know what I'm saying? I'm just I guess I'm the CMO or COO.
Well, you're probably more the CEO, and I'm probably more the CMO.
Yeah. But her job is to find the female minority grants, the OPMs. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on some things now to expand the business because it's a traceable income every month. And this is the bigger thing for the people that I was following. This is what they said. This is for the rest of our lives.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Like, this is not like, okay, I could, eventually retire and it stop. No, as long as a person lived it, they're going to pay us. This is passed on to our kids, passed on to anybody.
Even that property, you know, it gave me goosebumps when the guy was like, you the deed of this is yours, right? From this day on, this property, you own this property. Same thing with this house we live in. We own this property. So when we pass away and this property is paid off, our kids will own this property, right? And that's what, you know, all these rappers be talking about, Jay-Z especially. Stop selling grandmama's house. You know, you selling grandmama's house for them to put a Starbucks in a strip mall next door to it. Obviously, that property and that land has worth the worth that you couldn't even put a price tag on. Stop doing that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And, you know, going back to her situation as far as talking about being unemployed, I've been unemployed before. You know what I'm saying? And my first unemployment, I went through a serious depression because they don't teach you that in school. They don't say
they don't
that
prepare you for
you
that.
might go into a work environment that's toxic or not conducive to your health.
Speak on it, honey.
And you might not like your job, but be in a situation coming out of, I'm talking about 30 days out of college or a year out of college, where you need this job. And you can't afford to be on the unemployment. And, you know what I'm saying, one of my first jobs, I was there, it was, I think, almost 2 years, you know what I'm saying, and I stopped working there. But luckily, it was nothing to do with me. Stuff wasn't selling. They had to make cutbacks. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I was on the path to greatness.
You could be hitting all your benchmarks, all your goals. You could have got your bonus for this year.
Man.
Let them have to make some tough decisions. You'd be the first one out the door.
The first one was the newest person, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the department I work in is already, you know what I'm saying, it's not an integral department, it's a legally required department. So they can just legally hire somebody else at a lesser cost. And so I've been through this depression. And when she said there was a possibility that happened, I kind of put me into the next gear. It was like, you can't be idle during those times because that downtime and that overthinking it, you start to point to yourself. I messed up. I could have done better. It was my fault. And that self-guilt will take you someplace different. And so I gave us something to do through that time. And we,
for sure.
And that we could focus on. And then before we even knew it, she was right back where she needed to be.
And you do that as a partnership. And you know, people always ask me, what is marriage? What does, you know, bringing it full circle, what does that mean? Like, is it just a piece of paper? I don't know about y'all, and I can't speak for Awesome. Marriage is way more than a piece of paper. And if you can find somebody that you enjoy, that you have similarities, that you love, that you can conduct business with, that you trust, that, you know, you want to start a family with, that's what marriage is. I don't know what this connotation, or like, I get it, people get divorced, they get cheated on, but if you really put in, as Awesome and I did, the work to say, what do you want? Is this what you want out of this? Is this what I want out of this? Are we on the same page? And before you jump into all of that, I think, you know, I look back on it, it was devastating that we had to postpone the wedding, but look at what we have done in all of that time. All of that, we pivoted, and our trajectory of our relationship has gone in such a different direction. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to get married and that we're going to have a beautiful wedding and all of that. The reason that we started the wedding edition, but we wanted to present this to you because this is real marriage stuff. This is like how they say real blank-ish. This is real married-ish, right? This is the RMS, right? Or RMS, yeah. Like, this is the meat and potatoes, the nuts and bolts. Stop trying to make this facade on having these internet personalities and really put the work in to really having a lifelong lasting relationship. Heal yourself, go to therapy, educate yourself, understand finances, get a great network, be a good person, find God, whatever it is, right? All of those things, honestly, is the recipe. But whatever you need to work on in that, make sure you work on in that. And that was this is a proud episode.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
so happy that we could highlight some black brands, our own
Our
black
own brands,
brand.
yeah. So it hasn't
Like
stopped. Yeah,
it
like I
hasn't
said,
stopped.
we doing one thing. We got the razor comb coming, and we got more stuff that we got the podcast, and we just gonna keep doing things. But these are things that we are interested in, things we like.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We are not forcing ourselves in something that we don't have interest in. You know, this is not torture. You know what I'm saying? We in one of the rooms of our house when we do this. You know, this is, and it brings us joy. It is a form of therapy, and it helps us grow.
Yes.
A lot. You know, and then we work for ourselves, and I feel like
It's very fulfilling.
yeah, you can say that, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people have those shirts that you can't fire me, you know what I'm saying? And that's true, man. Like too much situations.
Oh, that
we're
is the honest to God
we're the
truth.
first ones to be let go.
Yes.
For little to no reason. You know, Karen's
For
out here,
sure.
all this stuff out here.
For sure.
I would like to officially announce like a name for a guy, like a white guy that is like upset. Ted. I don't know. I don't know
Oh
if I
my
use
God,
Is it
that's
Ted's?
a good one.
Karen's and
Get
Ted's.
Ted out of here.
Get Ted out of here, man. They be bugging.
Holy Lord, that's a good one.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, I mean, it's really tough, So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta have your own. You gotta be thinking ahead. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta focus your energy towards positive things that are gonna bring you a return, because yourself should be your biggest investment.
You're right. I mean, listen, I'm going to link all this below. Make sure you guys join the Patreon. It's Little Miss Entertainment Show. Same thing on YouTube. It's Little Miss Entertainment Show. Make sure you follow us on the Wedding Editions. It's _ the Wedding Edition on Instagram.
Yeah.
And make sure you follow me at Little Miss ENT, LILMISSENT. And I'm going to do a whole write-up on Razor Comb, the Airbnb. I'm going to do some blog posts on CandiceDavisOnline.com. That is the blog page. Make sure you check it out. The Razor Comb, the original Razor Comb. It's at Razor Comb on Instagram. And where can they find you at, Awesome?
At awesome_nobody, and check out the social medias for the different things at Razor, RAZORCOMB.
Yep.
And yeah, let's get to it.
Absolutely.
Because we buy
black. We buy black. We buy black. We support black. We encourage black excellence, all of the above, because we love you. We love you for listening, because 100% you didn't have to. Have a great week, guys. Peace.